Hello and welcome to another episode of Flood City with CzarPeppers. I originally had planned to do a Civilization 5 video for today, but it isn't launching for some reason. I've kept trying to launch it, I verified the files, I updated Steam, but still nothing, and from the Google search I did, it seems like it's a problem that quite a few people are having. So I decided to do a cities video instead. The flood forecast today isn't a very bad flood. It's a 0.53, which probably won't cause much drama. So today we're going to be mainly focused on doing some work around the city. Not quite sure what. I'm sure getting a lot of abandoned commercial, although I have ended up with a ton of commercial in this city. Pretty sure there's more commercial than there is residential, which I figured would start causing problems eventually, but it's not too bad yet. However, it looks like our first project is going to be making some more industrial, as we have some demand there. So that's what I'll do once I place today's flood. Alright, so first I think what we're going to do is take a look at our resources and see what we all have. Looks like we have quite a bit of everything. Lots of oil, ore, and tons of forest in this map, and quite a bit of fertile land. I've got a forest industry place here, so I'm not sure I'm going to do that. I have a little bit of oil, well, it's quite a bit of oil, but I don't have any ore industry yet, so I think that's what I'm going to do. Now, I think I made this little tiny sort of town up here, and I think what I may do is make an ore area to support this little town right here, and hopefully this town will build up. Not sure if I've showed you guys this in past videos, but I have this new park which is around some European-esque ruins of a castle and the ancient burial ground of King Flapper Bird that's third. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Alright, to support this new industrial area, I think I'm going to build a new section of this highway that goes into this mountainous area, because there isn't really anything here and there's no way of getting there, so I may as well build a road to get there. I'm not sure, maybe I might just start with a single lane highway, and then if I find it's too much traffic to handle, I'll upgrade it to a double lane. So I think that's what we'll do first. Maybe going off of this intersection right here. So, I'll do it off of this one. Is this a one-way? I don't think so. No, it's not. Okay, it's a two-way. So we will just go up into the mountainous areas, and then back down, meeting up with this highway down here. I think what I'm going to do is twin it down here and make a proper exit. Yeah. That way, and that. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is start off with a single lane exit, and then we'll dual it a bit further down. Want to make it curved. Not like that. Turn that back on. Like that. Okay, that's a good start. Okay, so I've got water and power to this. I'm not going to make it very big to start because, well, I haven't really made this to support a large industrial area. If I find I need it, I'll do it in the future. So that will start building up nicely. God damn it. I did it again. Turned down my mic volume to record the cinematic shots and then forgot to turn it back on. Alright, I'll go over this again. New citizens. Unfortunately, we had one death between the two episodes. Actually, we had two, but I'm not sure what the second one is. First one was AJ Murphy. AJ Murphy died. Unfortunate news for our city. And a second person died, but not quite sure who it was. So if you know, please tell me. Anyways, we also have some new citizens. We have Richard McDowell, who works in the McDowell building. I guess he's Flood City's Bruce Wayne or something. Some billionaire type who owns a building and lives here in a rather nice apartment block. Probably has a fancy loft with a chandelier or something. Whoa, what's going on here? Got lots of ambulances. Is there some kind of outbreak? Got a lot of abandoned stuff, but I already said that. Doesn't look... Health looks alright. Next, we have the resurrected Hank Hamburger, who's 19 years old, well educated, lives at the Pleasant Residence, which is right here. Nice little house in a good neighborhood. Currently, it seems like he's driving home from wherever he was in a rather crappy truck, hipsterish type, I guess. Where are you right now? Okay, you're pretty far from home. Next, we have Sean Gambriel, a 12-year-old boy. I believe he lives right by the Asinine River. Pretty safe place there, pretty high up. So, not bad house. Then we have Space Magistrate, highly educated. Currently going bowling, I guess. Waiting for the train to take him to the bowling alley somewhere. Kind of curious about following his progress. We'll keep an eye on him. And last but not least, we have Margana Maria. I don't care what it's supposed to sound like. That's what it sounds like now. Oh, you're homeless. Okay, that's interesting. I've never seen that before. Oh, you're a tourist. Oh, crap. I'm gonna have to make you a new guy. Because I selected a tourist by mistake. I'll do that before the end of the episode. But those are our new citizens of Flood City, and we'll keep an eye on them as the... Oh yeah, and I made one for myself, who I just realized is actually a woman. I didn't realize that before. Apparently I live here, and I'm confused about my gender. While I was just recording those cinematic shots, I was repeating the phrase, remember to turn on the mic, remember to turn on the mic, remember to turn on the mic, over and over again in my head. Anyways, let's take a quick look at our flooding. Water has gone up quite a bit over here. Actually, a bit more than I expected for a 0.53 flood. One upgrade to our flood defenses is actually making a flood wall for this neighborhood, since it got completely flooded out the last two floods we had, so hopefully they'll be alright. I haven't done the same for here because the park's in the way, and over here it's a bit too tight. But I should probably do something about that, considering how screwed it got in the last flood. But that was a big flood. It was a 1 on the flood severity scale. By the way, the flood severity scale goes from 0.0 to 2. Averages are below 1, like a 0.5 or 0.7. The severe ones are between 1 and 2. 2 being the max. 2 is the 1 in 500 year flood, which we're going to be able to... We'll see eventually. got one more cycle to go. Traffic seems busy. I downloaded a new mod that modified how citizens act, so I'm kind of interested to see how that works. Seems like traffic's picking up quite a bit. Let's bring up the traffic thingamajig. Yeah, parts of the city are getting pretty clogged up. This isn't too bad. Everything's moving, but the highway's a bit jammed up here. My freeway to the south of this area is working pretty well, though, so I'm happy with that. Roundabout's a bit of a mess. This area's been a bit problematic for a while for traffic. I think I might have to make another exit over here that possibly goes down to this area. But we'll see. You know what? I think now is time to double this. I remember now. I meant to double this highway in the last video, but I forgot. So I think that's going to be my next project, is turning this into a double lane highway rather than just this single lane with some proper exits over here. That should clear things up a bit. This area didn't end up doing too great. It got all built up. I thought I had put a power line in there, but it wasn't quite reaching, so a bunch of places went abandoned because they didn't have power. This area is quite fancy for some small little hick town. But that's good, I suppose. Everybody deserves a luxurious life. Alright, now to get work on that highway. Alrighty, so the plan is to replace this particular single lane highway, which is awfully jammed up, and make it dual lane all the way there. Dual lane starts over here and then it goes up that way, but if I dual it here and create some exits here instead of intersections, that should speed things up a little bit. Alright, so I've demolished the old road, and now all these cars are doing a little bit of off-roading. And I think what I'm going to do is do an elevated freeway kind of thing. Dual lane. I'm not going to do 3-lane. That's a bit overkill, I think. And we'll start by bringing it up a notch. Like as Emerald said. I'm not sure if any of you know who Emerald is. I guess that's a rather old reference. It's going back to like the early 2000s. I'm such a geezer. I'm such a geezer. All that works quite nicely. I'm gonna plop this all down. Oh shit. Whoopsie-daisy. Wanted to do that elevated. I'm gonna have to remember to connect all these power lines again. There we go. That's better. I wanted to do them closer. Must be aesthetically pleasing. Okay. Bring that down, go around the little corner, and there we go. Perfect. Now I think I'm only going to make this exit on this road and this road, possibly. But this one I'll just make go under it, so it connects down here. Do a bit of a curvy thing. And I'm gonna upgrade these to a proper 2-lane with a boulevard, at least going up to there, and then I don't know whether I should do a proper like loop-to-loop exit, or I think I'm just gonna start with the traditional, I don't know what it's called, this kind of exit that's just like I don't like that. That curve is all wrong. I'm not pleased. I'm gonna have to make that a little bit longer. That's what she said. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go like so, and then this way like that. Ta-da! Don't need lights there. I'm going to try it without lights here, just make it a merge. Actually, no, I'm going to keep it like that. I think I'm also going to make this double down here so people can either go left or right. Don't want people to go straight, so I'll change the lane arrows. Because I don't want them going straight through. That's kind of pointless. I guess turning left is kind of pointless too. Oh well, we'll keep it like that. That's fine. Yeah, I think that'll be good. We'll see how that works. Alright, I was going to do this one too. So we will pretty much do the same thing. You don't need to see. Alright, so I finished the exits. I've reconnected the power so we can hit play. And see all the cars magically levitate onto the highway and go where they wanted to go. Yeah, I think that'll work out pretty well. Might have to mess with the timing for the lights there and for whichever direction is the busiest, but I think that'll work quite nicely. Remember to turn on the volume. Remember to turn up the volume. As the sun sets on our beautiful city, floodwaters are rising a little bit. Which one was this? Oh right, this was the Oran spillway, starting to fill up with water. But this flood wall is doing exactly what it should be doing and keeping that area nice and dry. I don't think this area will have any problems because it didn't have any problems during the 0.72 flood. It was only the one severe flood that started to have some issues. Alright, so I've built an industrial area. Oh, these things are in serious need of some garbage. I think there's a road going down here that'll be just perfect for a nice dump, and we'll do a incinerator with that too. Oh right, I wonder how the road works are. I burped. I did a burp. How is the condition of our roads? This area is in serious need of a road maintenance depot. So let's give them that. We can just put it right here. That should be a good spot. Make sure it has water. Yes. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to get some pretty bad problems with our commercial. Seems there isn't enough goods to sell. And we're getting a lot of abandoned buildings. I didn't notice quite how bad it was getting until now. Now, I know I had this problem before, and it was actually a mod that was causing the issue. So I might have to mess with that, but for now, I guess I'm going to have to bulldoze a whole crapload of abandoned buildings. Bulldoze, 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 bulldoze. Bulldoze, 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 bulldoze. Kachow! Oh, I just bulldozed a proper good building with people in it. Alright, I suppose it's time to take a look at our citizens. I guess you're gone now. I'm gonna make you a new guy. Space Magistry. You work at a corner shop, that's interesting, and you're currently going home. Highly educated, must be in upper management. Waiting for a bus. Very interesting. God. Sean Gabriel is hanging out at home after probably doing homework from his day's high schooling. It's a tough period. It's a tough period of your life. But you get through it, don't worry. I swear. Hank Hamburger, also at home. You go to Fox to Gamer University. What quite a nice house in a nice neighborhood with really bad traffic. I'm gonna have to reassess these mods I got. They've kind of making everything is a big mess. Except this citizen tracker one. I like this. Richard McDowell, worker at the CEO of the McDowell building who does corporate stuff. Currently working right here at his tower right near the World Trade Center. I'm not sure if that's such a good idea though. Looks like female me is at the Oran Summers Remembrance thing. I'm paying tribute to the late Oran Summers who died tragically in the flood from the last episode. Moment of silence. Okay, that's enough. Bob Teague still retired. Did he go down in age? Wasn't he 67 before? You have actually defied the aging process and gone back in time. I swear you were 67 before. You were 67 before. You've obviously have some good health care. I'm speechless. Awesomeness. Currently going to the organic foods market. I guess you're a hipster too. Waiting for the train, all that green transportation. Master Chief, hanging out at home. Orlando Summers, creator of the Orlando Spillway, is also at home, working at the fancy boutique, whereas Master Chief works at the Giga store. Interesting. Interesting. Looks like Space Magistry is traveling home now. On the bus. Finally caught that bus. Yeah, the flooding's actually getting quite a ways up this flood wall. Obviously, it's nowhere near overflowing it, so these people can finally rest easy. Wonder if Oran's Summers home is still there. It is. The Summers... you may be dead, but your house still exists. Haunted by you. And it will be haunted forever. Until it gets flooded and destroyed, torn down. Sure, I'm glad I'm not using... I have the unlimited money thing on this. Because I'm currently, like, minus $76,000. So if it was on, I'd probably be in a lot of debt. But I think I'll keep it on. But I think I have taxes pretty low for everybody. Because I'm a cheap... Except industrial. Those industrial, dirty industrial people have to pay their way. Alright, so it seems like we're having some problem with electricity right now. We're in the yellow. So, I wonder what we should do. Maybe I should just be a lazy bum and put a nuclear power plant. And I think this would be a good place, pretty far away from the city in an industrial area. We'll just plop her down right here. Nuclear power. Nuclear, whatever. Grammar Nazis. Well, we do have a tiny little bit of flooding over here in the docks area. But this area pretty much gets flooded every single year. The water's not very high on this dike. I know it's dark and it's hard to see. I guess I could turn the nighttime off. And with that, there's light. Yeah, it's not, this area is not at risk like last time, and I don't think it's going to go up any higher than this. It has gone up quite a bit on this flood wall, though. Still has to go quite a ways to pose a problem. This area is a little flooded out. This is all fine. That's fine. This dike is fine. This is probably the weakest point of this dike right here. But of course this area has 3 layers of defense. I'll be curious to see when we start getting a really big flood. See what happens then. The Valley Creek area is pretty full right now. And the spillway is flowing exactly like it should. I suppose we can contribute that to its designer, Oran Summers. And here's his memorial for his great service to the city. Alright, since the flood has pretty much climaxed, I think we'll call it a day. However, I did make you a new guy. Margota Maria, whatever the hell that is. You work at a medical clinic, highly educated, and live right here in the suburbs of Flood City. So our only loss today was that of AJ Murphy, and we'll remember him. But yeah, so just to recap on what we all got. Oh, I guess I need to give this thing some water. What if the nuclear power plant has water? I should probably check that. Yeah, it does. Got a new highway built. Got a new nuclear power plant. And now I have to go through my mods and try and see if one of them is screwing up my commercial. So until the next episode of Flood City, good night.